Good morning, YouTube. It's 5:30 in the morning. The half marathon's at 7 o'clock, and I got the dates wrong on the packet pickup, so we got to go and pick up our packet. But before we do that, we can get some food down. A bagel with Nutella, 2 servings of dates, black coffee, and some noon tablets and this water. So we're gonna get all this down. See if we can go run that 5K. It's not a 5K, a half marathon.
Ever try running a half marathon without training? Well, I did, and here's my experience. Hi, my name's Charlie. Friends call me Lenny Small, but my mom says I just think outside the box. We arrived at the parking area at approximately 6:30 a.m. with plenty of time to get to the half shell, which is where the race day packet pickup was located according to the website. And just to give an overview, it was half a mile between the parking lot and the packet pickup area. So we walked half a mile to the packet pickup area from the parking lot, got a good warm up in. I was feeling good. It's funny how sometimes you think everything's going your way. Turns out the website was wrong. Now, I'll be the first to admit it's my fault for not picking it up sooner. However, that didn't matter. We were here, and we needed to be here. So, I hoofed it. Now, I'm not quite sure how long it took me, but I will say this, it was extremely uncomfortable. But it was worth it, because we had made it. The only issues were we'd already ran a mile, possibly a PB. I wouldn't know because I forgot my watch. I was out of breath, fighting to get this stupid bib on, and pissed off. So, with everything going sideways before the race began, I did what any rational person in my position would do. I started the race anyways, and we were off. Despite everything, I was feeling good. I didn't make it a mile before I realized I'd forgotten my watch. Did I mention that? Anyways, the initial portion of the race was a couple miles that looped back to the starting line. At this point in the race, we were trying to keep it pretty slow. I got to see my daughter and my wife and was back on the road. We continued on at an easy pace until we got to our first obstacle, the Madison Parkway Bridge, which from the picture doesn't look like much, but it was pretty steep. At this point, everything was running smooth, but that doesn't last long in my world.
Quick update, the course was also labeled wrong, and nobody was at the turn to tell us where to go. We'll see how it goes.
So I did what everyone did, just followed the map they gave us. For me, this was not really an issue. It wasn't my first time.
I can see blue lights, so I think we're back on. We're following the map that they gave us on the website. Maybe they altered it, didn't say anything.
It turns out they had definitely altered the map. I went back and checked the altered route and the original route and found no significant difference in the distance. Pays to pay attention, I guess. Anyways, we continued on until we reached the 5-mile marker, signifying the longest distance I've ran in the last year and a half. Now the challenge begins. At this point, everything was feeling good. Dare I say I was actually enjoying myself. I was able to grab a goop packet at one of the aid stations for a quick refuel and was feeling really good for the next couple of miles. After being on the side of the road for a while, we hopped on the Natchez Trace running trail, locked it in cruise control, and enjoyed the scenery.
Mile 8, knees feel like shit, but cardio's fine. We're on the beautiful Natchez Trace.
Like I said, beautiful. By mile 10, I was starting to slow down. The idea of walking started to sound pretty good.
Overall, it's been a fun experience. Had a couple of hiccups at the beginning. We got less than a 5K left. It's just a blur at this point.
I resisted the temptation to walk because we were only 2 miles from the finish and I was determined to make it.
About 2 miles away from the finish, just spoke to someone, said we're at like just under 2 hours. So see if we can get within that 2 hour, 20-minute range.
At that point, that was all I needed to hear. I had a sudden surge of energy, a goal in my head, and I locked in. After what seemed like forever, I finally saw the finish line. I'd done what I set out to do. I completed a half marathon without training and was humbled in the process. I consider myself an average athlete that uses the thumbs up way too much. But I'll admit, this was extremely difficult. If you are looking to compete in a half marathon, don't do what I did. Find a program and train. All said and done, my final time was 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 32 seconds. Not bad. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It really goes a long way for a small channel like mine. See you later.